So a back to school picture went viral. On same picture, you can see 30 plus black girls aged 14 to 17 resuming school in New Orleans, Louisiana. I think the picture initially went viral because of their uniform, which is very cute, orange and black uniform, or yellow and black uniform rather. But what stood out to me on the pictures is how not a single one of those black girls, again, age 14 to 17, was wearing her natural hair. Okay, and so I thought I would make this video just asking you guys. I am not making any statements. I'm just asking. I hope that you guys chime in the comment section so that we can have a conversation on whether we can teach our girls to love their natural hair all while refusing to wear ours, because a lot of black women know how to take care of their daughter's hair, right? In 2026, if you go on TikTok, you're going to find a lot of videos of black mothers taking amazing, impeccable care of their daughter's hair, right? Their daughters have thick, long hair, healthy hair, right? But I personally do wonder, every time that I see a video like that, I wonder if this girl, when she grow up, will continue wearing her hair like this in its natural state. So I personally wonder about the impact of seeing your mom not wearing her natural hair growing up. I know the impact that it had on me. Now, those were different times, right? My mom didn't take impeccable care of my hair. I mean, she tried. She sent my sister and I to the salon weekly, but our hair wasn't taken care of impeccably, okay? Like, it was taken care of, like, the girls did what they could, but, you know, back then we didn't have as much information as we have about 4C hair today. It was 30 years ago, okay? So the information was not great, you know. They put some pink oil lotion. If you know about pink, shout out to you. You know, some pink, some Kuza. Okay, that's what we had back in the days. I still use those products to this day sometimes, you know, just for reminiscing about my childhood, right? So yeah, if you know, you know. But I'm saying all that to say that all while growing up, I couldn't wait to be grown enough to put weave in my hair, because back then weave was the thing, right? All of the adults around me, my aunties, my mom, my cousins that were a little older, all of them, they would wear this weave, you know. It was actually similar to kinky straight today. It was called yaki at the time. Actually, I'm pretty sure that yaki hair is still a thing, and you know, from texture, it's very close to kinky straight texture, right? That's how I can explain it. And I remember being 8 years old, yes, you guys, as young as 8 years old, and thinking, you know, at night in bed, you know, instead of sleeping so that I could be fit next morning at school, I would just lay in my bed in the room that I shared with my sister and be thinking or manifesting whatever, being grown so I could have my iyaki so in, right? So that's all that I could think about. Like 8 years old me thought about that a lot. I'm not sure it's all that she thought about, but she thought about that a lot. As a matter of fact, I remember the first time that I actually felt pretty. I must have been 15 and it was Eid, Muslim Christmas, right? And I had gone to the salon and they had done this flat twist X ponytail, right? Yaki ponytail. So half of my head was in flat twist, and then, you know, they had put it in the ponytail without putting the back in flat twist. So they just joined the back with the flat twist. I'm going to include a picture of me recreating that hairstyle so that you can have an idea what I'm talking about. I believe I even have a video where I show how to do it. And then they had put on a drawstring ponytail, like, but it was a really thick yaki drawstring ponytail, long, thick, like, they don't make ponytails like that anymore unless they're synthetic, which, looking back, I'm pretty sure that ponytail was synthetic, because, you know, human hair ponytails, they're not that thick, you know. So it was a really thick, voluminous, long yaki ponytail, right? And I remember the compliments began already at the salon, right? The girls were like, oh my god, you look so much better now than when you first walked into the salon. You look so pretty, right? And then when I left the salon, I also got a lot of compliments from my cousins and stuff. I even remember that it was the first time that even I myself catch a glimpse at myself in the mirror. Remember, I used to have low self-esteem issues as a child and felt kind of pretty, right? I will never forget that. So it was that deep to me. So I really wonder how seeing your mom not wear her natural hair affect kids like, let's take Savannah James as an example. I'm taking her as an example because all of y'all know her probably. Okay, so Savannah takes impeccable care of her daughter's hair, right? Impeccable. Okay, her daughter's hair very thick, healthy, long, right? Really nice. Okay, and Savannah's herself have pretty nice hair. I'm pretty sure I've seen her natural hair before, and it was, it was around here, it was definitely below armpit length, but that's neither here nor there. So I've seen Savannah's hair, it's long, it seems healthy, it's definitely thick, right? And her daughter's hair too. And her daughter wear her natural hair because she's really young, right? And Savannah decides for her. But Savannah herself stays in a blonde wig, right? She stays in a wig that looks like this, right? So I really wonder how that is going to affect her daughter growing up. I mean, I really hope that, when her daughter grows up, she continues to wear her natural hair, which is probably going to be waistline by then. Like, her daughter has really nice hair, very healthy, very thick as well, very, very thick hair, okay? So I really hope that she continues wearing it, but I know she will. I don't know, you guys. Let me know what y'all think. If you think she will wear her natural hair when she's, 17, 18. I'm not sure she will, you guys. I'm really not sure, I really think that we underestimate, and I'm included, you guys, by the way, in this conversation. I really think we underestimate how much, our daughters not seeing us wear our natural hair affects them. And another thing that stood out to me from these pictures, and I'm going to be including the pictures, and even there is a vlog that I found, a TikTok of one of the girls, so I'm going to try and see if I can include it in the video. I don't know how to do it, but I will try my best, okay? If not, I will include screenshots. And as I was saying, another thing that stood out to me is how grown these girls look. They're supposed to be anywhere from 14 to 17. Now, granted, I feel most of them are like 16, 17, they don't really look 14 to me. I think they are 16, 17, so they are probably in their senior year, but still, like, they look so grown. I think it's the heavy makeup that is aging them, but they look really grown to me. Like, they look older than, someone who is 16, 17, in my opinion. So I don't know, you guys, that's just something that stood out to me. I'm also not sure that, a colored wig is the best hairstyle for a first day of school. I wish, even if the girls were going with extensions, that they went with kinky straight extensions, even curly. Like, there is not a single curly unit in these pictures. Why isn't there a single curly, kinky curly, just curly hair? There isn't even a Burmese curly, and the girls love them a Burmese curly. What happened to the Burmese curly? All of the unit are straight, bone straight, super straight, like, again, not even a kinky straight. I feel the girls would have looked more youthful with a U part, right? I feel like a U part, kinky straight U part, would have done it for a lot of them, like, would have made them look a lot more youthful, or while still getting the look that I guess they were going for. So I wish they went for that instead. A 16-inch, so something that is not too long as well. Something that's cutesy, that's demure, that's mindful of the fact that this is the school. I feel like 16-inch, kinky straight, middle or side part, I feel like that would have been more appropriate for a back to school style than, the blonde wigs. And, we even had some green or blue, or I'm not sure what color that is. I feel like, maybe it's not appropriate in my opinion. Maybe I'm just too conservative. I'm not a big fan of the excessive baby hair as well. Like, if I'm just to tell you my real sentiment, how I really feel, I feel lace front wigs look odd, okay? And I say this as someone who wear very questionable lace front wigs. Maybe that's why, but I feel like collectively we have wig blindness. I feel like we are going to go back to this at some point, maybe 25 years from now. Most of us will look at pictures and videos of themselves from before and be like, ain't no way. Anyway, I look like this. Anyway, I was walking around looking this messy and nobody said a thing. I really feel like that's going to happen because the frontals, they look crazy. Sometimes the closures as well, right? I feel the only time that those closures look okay is when they are behind the hairline. And then make sure you also get then a kinky straight unit. Again, that is the cheat code to having it look at least a bit realistic, right? I feel if you put it behind the hairline, very little leave out, you know, kinky straight, maybe it's gonna look okay. But I really feel like we have to go into a no frontal 2027 because it never looks good, you guys. It never looks real, and I hate when y'all gaslight us saying what lace, baby. The lace that we sing with our eyes, like here, this lace, okay, this lace. And you know, on camera, I know the girls, they have their tricks, they can edit it, erase it, whatever, but in real life, babe, we can always see the lace. We can always see them holes. I always see the holes. As a matter of fact, that's the reason why I don't wear lace fronts anymore, because I know others can see it too. I know people can see it. I'm 5'11". Most people can't even see on top of my head, but still. Okay, I have this phobia in my head where I know people are seeing the holes. Okay, so let's bring back half wigs and U-part wigs. Okay, even sew-ins, if you're somebody who doesn't care about the health of your hair, that's not my case, I'll pass on those. But they look realistic, right? They look more realistic than the frontal, at least a lot more realistic. Okay, at least, you know, when the leave out is minimal, when the texture of the hair that you pick, okay, matches with your natural hair, when you know how to blend them right together, it often eats. Okay, I've seen girls out here with flip over kinky straight half wigs looking really good, like hair really tea. Okay, but anyways, that's neither here nor there, and we know what this video is about, so I'm gonna love and leave you here. I just thought we could have a conversation about this, you guys. Again, I'm not claiming that I am any better. I am part of the moms who sometimes don't wear their natural hair. Now, I do try to wear my natural hair some of the time, I'm not gonna lie, but still probably nowhere near as much as I should have, so I'm included. I just wanted, you know, to bring the question out so that we could have this conversation about whether we can really teach our girls self-love, you know, without wearing our natural hair. And that no matter, you know, how good we take care of their hair, no matter how long their hair gets, no matter how healthy it looks, are they really going to wear it out knowing that, you know, we never did as much? I don't know. I would really appreciate it if y'all would let me know what you think about this subject in the comment section down below. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel as well as becoming a member, and I will talk to you guys as always tomorrow. Bye guys, thanks for watching. Mwah.